Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. Hopefully you guys are doing absolutely fantastic today, wherever you happen to be tuning in from. Of course, I am I can speak English on occasion, generally not too well on Sundays. I am the host for today's event. All right, guys. Shout out to the homies. Justin Wise, lead analyst and senior mentor at cryptocurrency.com. If you guys have any questions, anything you guys would like us to review tonight, anything you guys would like some counseling on, leave it in the comments section or in the chat section so we can get to it live on air. Well, guys, honestly, not a whole lot to talk about today. Bitcoin hitting the $8,000 level last night and holding it, and now giving a nice push off. As we talked about last night, exactly what you want to look for. You want to be patient. You want to wait for these signals to fire. So we're going to go down to the daily time frame. We're going to break down the lower time frames and look for what everything is signaling today. We're going to be coming up on when did you become Wilderness Just? Wilderness Justin. Well, look, man, you know, everybody's super, beards are super popular now, so I'm giving it my go. Jico2K and Kuga, good to see you guys on Twitch. Thank you so much, man. You know, in my younger years, I was quite the Boy Scout. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm pretty good with that wilderness training. So anyways, we'll go through and look for what everything is signaling today, what signals we're going to be having upon the close of the daily candle. We'll be able to make a strong decision between 6 and 7. Last night, as the Last night, as I said, we were looking for the lower time frames to give us a signal. Generally, again, remember when the daily time frames are flashing 3 of 3 in our system, we can go down to the lower time frames and look for that same, or excuse me, let me rephrase that. I apologize. When the daily time frame is flashing 2 of 3 and we're looking for continuation, we can go down to the lower time frames. But remember, on the lower time frames, we need 3 of 3. And last night, regardless of the pump, regardless of what price is doing, doesn't always mean there's an asymmetric risk to reward trade on the table, regardless of what price does. However, 4-hour candle closed and we got the signal to go ahead. We entered into our long position last night on BTC. We'll see how that plays out over the course of today. So anyways, guys, with that being said, I want to give a thank you to anybody. Today's show is going to be sponsored by the first super chat. So let's get right into it, guys. Let's get right over to the charts. All right. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, pumping up the jam. And what do we got here? Oh, is this minx? Oh, my dear Lord. Look at this bad boy right here, guys. Oh, my dear Lord. Look at this beautiful thing down here that just seems to call tops and bottoms and continuation trades. Oh, man. Now, you guys are going to want the full tutorial to understand absolutely how to use this, which is going to be coming out this week. So I have spent a lot of time on this indicator. This is going to be distilling and compiling everything that I learned from programming time transformation and everything that I've learned from designing basically the educational course that I'm developing. So it became very clear to me, and maybe this is obviously not obvious, but I would say I'm sure that many in the crowd, many in the audience noticed this development in themselves as well, is that when you actually take something that you're very proficient at and then you go to teach an individual, you learn very quickly over time what the best way to deliver that teaching is. So that's why time transformation was developed the way that it was developed, because I developed it for myself, because I wanted an indicator that distilled and had all the power of all the things that I cared to pay attention to. Things like trending, things like reversals for the purposes of taking profit and for re-entry trades, depending on if I'm trading in the dominant direction of the trend. I want raw reversals to let me know when to take profit on my positions that I am trading within the direction of the dominant trend and when to look to reduce risk and move my stop loss to break even, things of that nature. So minx is going to do now, this is going to be a little interesting, and this indicator is going to be going live for all the premium subscribers here very shortly, ideally by the end of the week. My Eastern Edge, thank you so much for the subscription on YouTube, my good friend. I also want to give a shout out to Miami Beach FL. Thank you so much for the follow on Twitch, my good man. So this indicator is going to be going live. Ideally, I'm going to have this out for all the primos this week, as well as the educational video that goes along with this. And what this indicator is going to do is this is going to get you into trending movements. This is also going to get you into re-entries. So this is, remember guys, when we're trading in the dominant direction of the trend, some of the most profitable trades that we're going to take are going to be our re-entry trades, right? Some people call them continuation trades. Some people call them continuation crosses, because generally you're going to be using a reversal oscillator to get back into the movement. Generally is how most people are going to do this. And that's exactly what we are doing here with minx. Anyways, now what's really beautiful about minx is the simplicity and the precision with not only which it generates signals, but also with which you can choose to determine to set it. So let's go over to the settings. And what I want to talk about is that this is going to have multiple inputs all in one, right? So this is going to do this is going to be doing trending. It also has the multi-time frame feature, but not in the way that time transformation does. So for those of you who are primos, or for those of you who have this is very similar to the CC Ichimoku or the CC EMA script, which is publicly available. My multi-time frame feature does allow you to view your indicator on a different time frame than the chart resolution that you're currently trading on. This is very helpful if you're doing scalping or intraday trading. This is also very helpful if you're doing swing trading. Remember that whatever time frame you're trading on times 4 is the length of your trade generally. So if you are looking at the 8-hour indicator for signals and you're trading on the 4-hour chart, price action on the 4-hour chart, you're going to be able to get in and out of movements quicker. So you're going to be able to respond with more rapidity. But what's really nice about this is that we're going to be able to, and this is exactly, I told everybody in the premium group that I'm going to go back and give time transformation a little bit of a facelift. So right now we can disable the signals that time transformation gives us. And then with the explanation of how this works, you'll just be able to utilize this. But we can plot reversals within the trend, which are going to be our safest trades. We can also plot, actually, let's see here, current time frame baseline, correct. We do want that selected. Sorry, let me click that. And we can do sensitive reversals within the trend, which is going to give us much more signals, but that's medium accuracy. We can do reversals against the trend, which we really don't want. So generally, we want to unclick that because take profit is the exact same thing. Remember, raw reversals generally indicate where you want to take profit on your directional trade. And then, of course, our trending signal. So, and this is exactly what time transformation is going to be going to do once I finish it up. We can set our parameters for what is our oversold and overbought level for our reversals. We can also set the length of our trend that we want to be using. Now, this does default use an EMA. Those upon request who want to use something like an SMA or an RMA or something like EATA or Super Trend or whatever they like, I'll most likely be able to do that for them. And then these you really don't want to touch because this is really the secret sauce. This is really the secret sauce, is figuring out exactly how many beats per minute per cycle and the noise filtration that I need to give the optimum results. So anyways, that's enough waxing loquaciously enough about that. The Primos have been looking forward to this for a long time, so I'm very excited to put this tool in their hands. Guys, remember, you follow the rules and you use the tools, you tend to do quite well. So let's get on over to Bitcoin, guys. Go to the daily chart. Look at that beautiful baby boy right there. Wada is now signaling a daily signal. We've got about an hour and 48 minutes until the daily candle closes, and we are getting a buy signal from Wada. However, guys, we do not have a daily continuation cross quite yet, so we don't have a daily trade, right? So that's a 4-day trade. We don't have a daily trade yet. So if you are only trading the daily time frame, unfortunately, we do not have an opportunity to go long yet. The new indicator painting that candle green looks great. 0, 100, good entry to short. No. Probably, it depends. If price goes down, then yes, it was a good entry. We don't have any indications that price is bearish. In fact, price is quite bullish, and we don't generally trade reversals around here. Let's see here. So obviously, a very nice strength being put in by Bitcoin over the evening hours. Basically, not through the evening hours, basically all day Saturday and Sunday, guys. Moving into we covered this last night as we were talking about. But unfortunately, nothing that we were really looking at was firing on all cylinders to give us the trade until the 4-hour candle close last night gave us the signal to go ahead and take the long, which we did do. All right, so let's go ahead and and guys, the other thing that I do want to point out too is that the return back into the bearish order block. Guys, remember, when we consolidate within an order block that should be providing resistance, that's generally a bullish sign and a sign that that order block is not going to be acting as resistance. Remember, you can draw as much support and resistance as you want on your chart, and they're very good. They tend to be very good baselines and levels to help you take profit, right? And again, using things like Fibonacci extension, they're good for take profit levels, right? They're not so good for entries, right? And that's why I'm so harsh and critical on things of that nature, because most people utilize them to trade reversals, raw reversals against the trend 9 times out of 10. And that's really not the best way to go about doing things, especially if you are not a reversal trader. And in any ways, the difference between a reversal trader and a trend trader is that if you scale out over a period of time, right? If you scale out the success rate over a period of time, most reversal traders have a higher failure rate than trend following traders, right? So let's always keep that in mind. Again, this is statistically, verifiably provable, right? It's not my opinion, right? It's go back test any reversal indicator, any reversal against the trend indicator, and then go back test any trend following indicator. Period. You lose with reversal indicators more often than you lose with trend following indicators. So therefore, how do we trade? You guys are starting to figure it out if the answer was trend following. All right, let's go to the 12-hour chart. Now, the 12-hour is not giving us a trade yet either. Let's go down to the 8-hour. 8-hour is not giving us a trade. Why? Because we need 3 out of 3. Wada is actually keeping us out of an 8-hour trade. Let's go down to the 4-hour. And as we can see, we did get the go-ahead. Let's go ahead and look here. Right here, right? So this would have been 2300. This has been about 11 o'clock last night. So shortly after the show, about an hour after the show, I posted the signal. I said, let's go, boys. Things are looking good. Now we're actually getting the buy signal from Wada here, as well as our first 4-hour purple dot of death. So we'll see how this develops, of course, on the daily time frame, nowhere near oversold conditions. So 4-hour chart, 4 times 16, first overbought signal. What does that mean? Potentially 4 to 16 hours of pullback, right? Totally fine. We're still above our 4-hour baseline, and more critically, we're above our daily baseline. Now, what does that mean? Unfortunately, we've got a lot of room down to go if we do enter into 16 hours of pullback. But again, we don't have any confirmation that that's going to happen yet because, as can often happen when something is overbought, generally when time transformation reaches that 1.9 level, momentum tends to keep pushing it beyond, right? So this is why if we go to the daily time frame and look at time transformation, often when we are oversold, when we first reach our oversold levels, typically we get that purple dot of death for quite a while. Why? Because it seems to me in backtesting that once we reach that 1.9 level, momentum tends to push us along quite violently, right? It doesn't happen every single time, as we can see here. Let's actually go down and look. As we can see here in this overall period of consolidation, we did get the reversal sell signal right here from the entry in our system let's see here. We're looking for a re-entry here. And yes, sorry. So this would have been a re-entry. We would have bought back in right here because we only need 2 out of 3 when we're trying to re-enter a trade that is not at any time closed below the baseline. And things go well for us right here. Things go well for us here. We get the sell signal right here telling us to be out of the trade, and we miss this drawdown, and we're waiting again, and we get all cylinders firing on this candle right here is where we're back in the trade to the upside, and now we're looking for reentry again back to the upside. So nothing to do quite yet on the daily, on the 12, on the 8, the 4. Again, we already had the 4, so if you missed the 4-hour trade, you are out of luck, Chuck. And the 30-minute chart is, so we'll go all the way down to the 30. The 30 is actually giving us a sell on the 30-minute, gave us the buy. This is just WADA TAR, but WADA gave us the buy right here, the sell right here. Very nice coming in from WADA. On the 30-minute, we would have been buying right on that exact same candle, actually, and selling here and looking for re-entry here. And that was a good trade. And selling here and nope, out of a trade, and nope. And no trades on the 30-minute chart except for catching almost all of this movement right here. Let's go to the hourly. Do we get a fresh signal? No, the hourly, so we see that the 4 is threatening a turn down. The hourly is flirting with a cross, as is the 30 minutes. So nothing really to do here in the lower time frames as well. And again, the daily it seems that the daily is going to have to give us another day until we get that nice recross over in our primary signal to be going long. So nothing to do yet on the higher time frames, looking for 4 days of trading. So what we will do is continue to position out our 4-hour trade unless we do get the signal to exit, at which case it will be a slightly in profit trade. Again, I'm up about $203 so far just on this position, which is really just pennies. So there's really nothing to do. So worst case scenario, we do get the 4-hour sell signal, which again, since this trade was predicated on the 4-hour time frame, even though we are getting a WADA buy, if we get the exit signal, again, remember, WADA is not our primary entry nor our exit indicator, it's our confirmation indicator. So should our primary entry or exit indicator turn against us, then we will be out of the trade and happy with our profits and waiting for that higher time frame signal or the lower time frame signal. Remember, when we have 2 of 3 looking for continuation on the daily, we can go down to the lower time frames, but we need 3 of 3. So anyways, when for diesel truck, man, when Chevy Colorado. All right, guys. Let's get back over to Ethereum. What is Ethereum telling us to do here? And we will, of course, start off on spot exchange as we always do, going to the daily time frame on Ethereum. Yep, pull back right into the bullish breaker. Nice, beautiful to see, and wicking right up to the upside. In fact, had you been utilizing the bullish breaker as you are supposed to, then you would have had a buy order placed here, you would have had a buy order placed here at EQ, and a buy order placed here, and you would have gotten filled, dink, 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 and you would have an average entry actually, we can figure it out. I'll just pull open the average cost calculator, which is provided to all premium subscribers of any subscription length. So let's do some calculations. So we have 247.76, 247.76. We need to pull out a quick calculator here so we can do 247.76 plus 224.41 divided by 2 is going to be 236.08. And then the lower level was, what, 224.41? All right, so our average entry would be 232.58. So had you been using the bullish breaker as you should be, you would have an average entry of 232.58. Boom. So an average entry right there. And that is how to properly ladder into a range, guys. Everybody thinks like, oh, well, if I buy here and I buy here, then I'm going to be in here. No, you do 20, 30, 50, range high, range EQ, range low, 20, 30, 50. Also, another method that we do teach in the course is going to be 10, 20, 30, 40, which works as well. But again, if you're trading on a leveraged exchange, then that might be your best option. You have more opportunities to get into the trade. You are going to have a slightly higher average entry. That's just the reality of the situation. If you do 20, 30, 50, you're going to have a little bit of a lower average entry mathematically. But remember that we get paid to use limit orders on ByBit, BitMEX, Deribit, right? So we want to be taking advantage of that with utilizing as many limit orders as humanly possible. This is why another common strategy that we will utilize is many take profit limit orders, because we are getting that little extra chutzpah on the movement to the upside. Super chat from GBU Wally, one of the good, best, and brightest in the bunch, man. Thank you so much, Wally, donating the $20. Beep, beep, bop, boop. Bots having fun. Learnings from the wise. Hit the like and enjoy the free education. Learn, earn, don't get burned, and consider joining the premium group. Really good stuff. Well, thank you, man. I heavily enjoy always, as always, all the primos, man. And you are one of the smartest and best and brightest in the bunch, man. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Wally. Good man. Shout out to Gunbot University and Gunbot. You're the man. All right. Chevy Avalanche with 496 cubic inches, good enough? That's what I have. Yeah, that's more than good enough, man. Already had a Colorado, transmission seized, main seal blew. You know, so I have a Chevy Uplander. And I'm going to be getting it back from the shop yesterday. In fact, if you guys will recall, I took a phone call live on the air the other day, and people are like, "Oh, live drug deal." I don't do drugs, guys. So I don't consume substances. I'm a pretty boring dad. But no, that was the shop calling because, you know, I'm pretty technical. I'm pretty handy, right? Especially with cars. But at where I'm at in my life, I have so much to do with trading and the group and programming, my Pine code and just everything that I'm working on with my team. I honestly just don't have time to go out and get all grease monkeyed up. So, you know, I took it to the shop, which is kind of heartbreaking for me. But again, I'm pretty good terms with the local boys. So took it down there, you know, some engine problems. So got that all taken care of and happy. So awesome. I've been using the backup Honda. Which, you know, I get that question a lot. People are like, what do you drive, man? A Beamer? Like, no, dude, no. I mean, I'd be happy to get like a Beamer's a good car. I'd be happy to get one. But again, I don't need to flaunt my wealth. I don't need to do conspicuous consumption. That is for people who, again, guys, just go read any book on true wealth, right? So generally, truly wealthy people do not feel the need to flaunt their wealth. And this is why, you know, and again, I want to thank Scott for we were having this conversation earlier, you know, basketball players, lots of famous sports players, people who win the lottery, almost all of them go bankrupt within a very short period of time after having a massive amount of money because they are obsessed with, in general, conspicuous consumption, i.e. spending money on things that don't improve the quality of their life and only improve their status symbol, which, again, the money should be the primary status symbol generally to these people, not the car. So if any of you guys are fans of Hobson, go check out his song Low Key, you know. That's pretty much encapsulates my thoughts of, because, you know, I have lots of family members and friends, you know, try to give me advice on how I should spend my money. And I try to tell them, you know, that's all well and good, but there's a proper way to grow wealth. And, you know, one of my big dreams has always been, because remember, I don't come from wealth, right? My family is lower class, factory working people. I'm pretty much the only person in my family who has a knowledge of financial markets or who has a higher level of education. So, you know, I've had to learn and scrape and fight and, you know, really fight hard for everything that I have and that I've learned and that I do with my life. And so what I would like to do, my dream is to be able to pass generational wealth onto my children, right? I am working my butt off to accrue wealth and I live comfortably. I have everything that I want. If I really want something, I go out and get it, right? I've got some toys. But you know, my main goal is building wealth sustainably over time, being very comfortable in my older age, being able to do all the traveling that I want, which I can already do now, and then being able to pass that on to my children so that they don't have to, not that they don't have to work as hard as I have, but so that they can work hard entrepreneurially and not work hard McDonald'sly, right? Which I don't necessarily think builds character. I think that working at places like McDonald's and Burger King can build character, but 9 times out of 10, they just end up like hollowing you out like an ice cream scoop and kind of removing all your dreams and aspirations. Whereas if I were to give my child, you know, okay, so here's $50,000. I need you to build a successful business within 3 years. And, we'll see. And then having there be qualifications on that and making her be smart and intelligent. And a lot of it is just raising your children, right, to be entrepreneurially smart. And when crank sensor on a 2004 LeSabre, bro. As you get older, you realize that less is more. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Sudden wealth syndrome. Yep, you're absolutely right, man. Philip says, I have a Beamer, but I live in Romania. Here is common car. Yeah, hell yeah, man. Most millionaires in the United States drive F-150s or so I heard. That's, actually, so that's actually what I'm looking at. I would like to have I've had some nice trucks before. And again, guys, you have to remember, I live in an area that's a flyover state. So we have like murky weather here. So I would really like to have, my nice truck back. So I'm still, part of me is like, Chevy hardcore, man. But those Fords, those F-150s, they look nice, man. So we're not there yet. I'm curious about the huge gap on the CME BTCK19. Oh, we can go check it out, brother. Are you bullish or bearish right now? Bullish, man. I've been bullish. I have not switched to being bearish in quite some time. And it's very simple. Where is the daily baseline? Where is price? Oh, price is above the daily baseline. Bullish. Honda is always great for backup. It's you know what? My Honda, you could pull the engine out, drop the engine off the Golden Gate Bridge, fish it out after a couple years, fill the gas tank with Nutella, and that baby would start right up. I guarantee you, man. Have kids might not be the best advice, but gets people to straighten their thought process out fast. It can. Unfortunately, more often than not, having kids is not necessarily the correct solution, in my opinion. I think that people need to be of the right mindset and framework before they have kids, which I think is one of the most uplifting and sustaining things that you can do with your life, honestly, as a human being, is to take all your dreams and aspirations and distill them into a young mind and then raise them right and show them happiness and love and then push them forward into the future and grow your family's agenda over time. Real Game of Thrones stuff. But again, I don't really see what else the purpose of life is, Well, I don't take that the wrong, the purpose of life, but whatever that means. But I think there's a pretty good way to live your life, which is, hey man, have a plan, have a plan for what you want to do in your life, have a plan for how you kind of want to go out gracefully, have a plan for how you'd like your children to carry on your legacy, and then kind of have a plan for, okay, listen, as the guiding force in my family, like this is where I see us interacting with the world. Like let's have a family goal, man. Let's move forward into the future and positively affect the future of humanity, but with an overarching goal and thought process. Do I expect a correction soon on Bitcoin? No, not really. Could happen. But that's trying to predict the future, man. We don't do that. We just trade in the direction of the dominant trend, and 9 out of 10 times we're on the right side of the trade. All right, so sorry, talking about Ethereum. Now, looking on the daily, we haven't gotten the reentry signal either. Now we're getting really, really close. You can actually see time transformation curling to the upside right here, and that's what we generally see right before we cross the upside. So another day, another good open could give us the open signal on Ethereum USD. We'll kind of see how the daily candle closes, and again, the Asian markets are going to be up here in just a little bit. So the Asian markets are going to be up here within the next 4 hours, so we will be moving forward into that area. Remember, we want to avoid the Asia dead zone, but whatever, it's okay to trade into. 12 hour is going to be giving us a 12-hour signal on the close of this candle right here. So a 12-hour trade, 12 times 4, 12, 24, 36, 48. So that's a 2-day trade. Remember that, guys. 8-hour gave us a signal to go long. 8 hours ago on no, sorry. No, it did not. We cannot go on Ethereum yet. Wada Atara is keeping us out of the trade. Go to the 4-hour chart and and here maybe. No, we haven't gotten a signal to go long on Ethereum either yet, guys. Sorry. No, nothing to do on Mr. Ethereum. We did get a 3-hour signal right here. All right, so 36912, that's a 12-hour trade. So 36912, you would have been looking to get out here, or at least at this point in time, be redeveloping your strategy and be rethinking hard. So pretty much 3-hour down, that means we're going to be getting 3-hour signals. So basically would have got you in somewhere around here in this vicinity, and you're at okay profits right now. You're in okay profits right now, whether you did it on the hourly or the daily. 30-minute chart's been keeping us very, very busy. And this is again something when you're looking for your massive capital allocation on the daily, you can go down and stay very busy on the 30-minute time frame. Very busy on the 30-minute time frame. And this is where the more entrepreneurial are going to have okay success with their bots and with what they do. Because again, the volatility in the market right now is quite amazing. And under those conditions, you can stay quite busy and frequent, man. Check, Justin, listening to Hobson. Fizzles, much appreciation for my education. Thank you so much, good sir. If I am waiting for 4 to 8 hour candles to close candles, these days are 1 hour. These days are 1 hour $500 candles. How can you avoid missing moves? I can't. I cannot avoid not being able to catch every trade. That's not the point, right? There's nobody out there that catches every trade. All I can say is that I have been practicing my system for a long time, and everyone that I have been teaching my system to has, I don't want to say everyone because that would not be reflective. Again, I never promise anybody anything because you're inevitably going to have people that don't want to put in the time, don't want to put in the effort, don't want to put in the work, don't want to learn. But I would say that 90 to 95% of all the students that come into the premium group experience great success. And I'm not just blowing smoke. You guys are, again, everything is public, man. You guys can come to the Discord, DM a premium member, just ask them how it works, ask them how it is. And it's great in there. We have a lot of fun. And I get so many awesome DMs from the people that I'm helping, that I'm spending my life, my time and energy teaching how I trade. And it's transformative for them 9 times out of 10 because their head has been filled with so much nonsense of how to not make money that when I actually show them quite an easy way to trade that is not a simplistic method. In fact, it is just generally superior to what they were doing previously, that they're and this is exactly how I trade. And I am able to make a living as a professional trader. And I don't care about catching every move. Doesn't matter. I don't care what the news says. Doesn't matter. I don't care what Fibonacci says. Not the Fibonacci who trades with us, but the Fibonacci retracement. Doesn't matter. I don't care what Twitter says. Doesn't matter. I don't care if we're going to correct soon or whether we're going to pump or whether we're going to dump. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. None of that stuff matters, guys. Predicting the future doesn't matter. Anticipating what's happening next doesn't matter. Even things like support and resistance doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter, right? I'm sorry, but that's just the truth. I make a living as a professional trader, and none of that stuff really matters. None of that stuff really matters. Just trade in the direction of the trend, and you have a strategy that you can back test, and it's asymmetric, and you make more money than you lose money. And then you just keep doing that over and over and over again. And you get your mind right, and you get your heart right, and you get your money right, and you're good to go. So yeah, there's no way to synchronize those ideas because they're unsynchronized. They're ideas that cannot be synchronized. Because the reality is so many people have unrealistic expectations of what it actually takes to be a profitable trader. And that's because most people have been beaten down and had their brain filled with so much conflicting information out there that they have no idea what they're really doing. Most individuals, when they wake up and they go to Binance or BitMEX or ByBit or whatever they're trading on, I mean, really, they click the button and they're filled with anxiety. They're not calm. It's not smooth. They don't feel butter after they put in a trade. I never feel any anxiety or any discomfort or any fear or nothing, right? When I put on a trade, it doesn't matter if I buy and price does this, right? It doesn't matter, right? I'm just like, well, that one was a loser. All right, moving right along. Because I know in my head, in my heart, I am a consistently profitable winning trader. And that's so important to develop. And that's really the first lesson that we're doing in Pathways to Profit and that we focus on in the group is getting that mindset right. And to get that mindset right, you really have to scoop out all the nonsense that's probably been dumped in there by random YouTube videos and, baby pips and, Wikipedia articles or, whatever that people have come across, right? Or this idea that you have to be a day trader to make money or that you have to, be a genius or you have to have some intuitive sense of the market. No, none of that stuff matters. Do I see a future for crypto? Because we always see whales manipulating the market. Yeah, again, doesn't matter, man. The exact same thing happens in equity markets. People with more money can make bigger moves. This is just the way the world works, right? Individuals from wealthier, more established, more successful families, individuals with better jobs, individuals who are in politics, individuals who control militaries, they can make bigger moves. Doesn't change the nature of the universe, doesn't change the future of anything. Cryptocurrency has a future. Crypto is the way of the future. Legacy financial systems are going to be turning to dust and ash, and Bitcoin or something greater is going to replace them, because that is the wave of technology. We saw this happen with everything that the internet touched. Everything that digital technology touches, it eradicates, because digital technology is a million times better and is the way of the future. Just as digital currency is going to eradicate every legacy system that it touches, because it is just a better technology. And it is a fact that if you study mankind's history and evolution, we always eventually, as a human species, gravitate toward the better tool to facilitate the job. And digital currency is the better job to facilitate the tool. I mean, you guys know where my towel is. I'm team Bitcoin, pretty hardcore. I think it's the best technology. It has the best use case. It has the best developers. It has the best security. It has the best blockchain. It has the best brand. Just period. Nothing competes with it whatsoever. But yeah, I think that I support the open source nature of the space. I love open source technology. So yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't matter, bro. Doesn't matter if there's some manipulation from whales. That shit's going to happen no matter what. And the more liquidity we get in the market, that becomes less pronounced. But it'll never go away. It's just the way that it is. Some people are going to have more Bitcoin, and at some point in time, people have an incentive to benefit themselves. So they're always going to be working together to do that. You can't. That's just human nature, bro. What do I think about Atom? Let's go take a look. Mr. Cosmos. Is there a trade? Can I get in, or am I afraid? Daily chart, WADA Atar. There's just not enough data here to really trade this with WADA. So we'll just do 2 of 3. We would not have gotten a signal to go long here. And thankfully, our daily baseline prevented us from taking this trade. So there is going to be a potential trade. There is going to be a potential trade here in a little bit to the upside. What would not surprise me is a retest of this breaker right here. So that level coming in from 73.66 to 7,200. We actually took a bottom feeder trade on Atom at these levels. I remember we did get stopped out on this trade. That was a loser. And basically we've just been out of this ever since. And we've had this nice kind of reversal, 25% reversal. Congratulations to anybody who caught that reversal trade. But as for a trend, man, I mean, we haven't broken out of the bearish trend yet. I mean, the baseline is what determines that. So we came up, tried to break the baseline, pulling back. Let's see how we consolidate here and interact with the baseline. Maybe over the next couple days, we can get a trade if we can close above and get some data here from WADA. Let's go down to some lower time frames. I'm sure the 12-hour has something to say about this. Now, the 12-hour would have given us a bullish trade here, maybe. Yes, right here. And that was maybe, I don't know, let's go look at volatility. Let's see what Rodrigo has to say about this. 69,718 on the close of this candle. And do we hit 69? No, we did not. No. So, we haven't hit anything yet, but we're also in the trade, haven't come close to our stop loss, and we're still above the 12-hour baseline. Let's see how the 8-hour would have done for us, baby. So we would have bought here. That was a loser because we do close here below the baseline, so that's a very small loss. And then we can get back in here. So that would have been a winning trade on the 8-hour. That would have been maybe 15%. We would have caught a good chunk of that. 4-hour. 4-hour gave us 4-hour got us in on this. 4-hour got us in on this and on this. So, and 30-minute chart. So let's go to the 30, which is probably going to be keeping us pretty darn busy. Yeah, 30 minutes been keeping us pretty busy. We caught that, and that's probably a loss. And that's probably a loss, maybe. Yeah, that's a loss. We caught that though, and we caught this, and we're out here, and it's telling us to be short on the lower time frame. So daily, nothing to do. Lower time frames is kind of keeping you kind of busy, especially on the 30, and you're having pretty good success using our system. What do I think about Zilliqua and unstoppable domains? I don't really have a strong opinion. I do really like Zilliqua though. It's a nice security token, STO. I think security tokens have a good sector or have a good use case for the sector anyways. How's BAT looking these days? Let's check. BTC. Not good. Nope. Below the baseline, consolidation, double rejection, and I think we're probably going to break through this one this time, if I had to say. And we're actually, I mean, it doesn't matter what I think, but look at this daily candle, look at price action, and let's look at what's going on here with with time transformation. We're about to get a continuation cross to the downside. We're already bearish, and this is telling us re-short, motherfucker. So that looks like poop because we can't go short on BAT, so there's nothing to do there, bro. Irish Girl Crypto. Hey, what's going on, my good friend? Actually, are you Irish Girl Crypto from Twitter? Because I know who you are, and I like your green theme, I guess is the right word for it. What's up? Daniel Stanescu says, hi, when you do technical analysis, which pair should I choose versus BTC or USD, So I recommend trading in USD or USDT pairings because they don't fall off the face of the earth every time Bitcoin sneezes. There are going to be opportunities and times out there when the Bitcoin pairings are going to produce more volatility. Like, for example, ZERP BTC, we took that trade to the upside. And ZERP BTC, again, we talked about this before. So, we were talking about ZERP. I was talking about taking ZERP to the upside for a long time. Again, remember, we were up here and people were like, oh my God, are you not bullish on ZERP? We're going to the fucking moon. I'm like, no, we're not, dude. Right? And I said right around here, guys, remember, especially the guys in the group, you guys know, I said, hey guys, I don't usually trade reversals, but look, I'm going to draw this green box right here and I'm buying. And how do I ladder buy? I already told you guys, we already went over this. Limit orders here, and limit orders here, range high, EQ, range low. And we filled our bags and we've taken profit. Remember yesterday how we said we were going to exit the trade if we closed below the daily baseline? Guess what? We did not. Ha ha. And we're still in there. Come on, baby. Let's pump it. So anyways, I don't really know what that had to do with anything. So there are going to be times and opportunities when the BTC pairings are going to be your best bet. But in general, if you're just looking to be a frequent, more active trader, USDT pairings are going to be generally your better bet. Bronson Ryan, thank you so much for the subscription on YouTube. Is there a way to automate breakers? That is... let me think about it because I want to give you an honest answer. I mean, yes. Can I do it? Could I write a trading bot that would automate breakers? Maybe. I'm pulling through because the only language I know is Pine. So I'm just going back through my head. Because then, if you can automate it on Pine for alerts or for visualization, then you can utilize any tool that you want to automate it, whether that's Gunbot, Profit Trailer, et cetera, et cetera. 3 commas now does custom Pine View alerts. So yeah, it's doable. It's doable, but I don't. That's going to be tricky, really, really hard, because you basically need to write code that somehow distinguishes. Okay. First off, you have to tell, this is the way I'm understanding, and if you guys are better with code, help me out here. Feel free to send me a DM. You would first off have to write a little bit of code to explain market structure to it. So higher highs and higher lows, then you would have to set parameters. So how many higher highs, how many higher lows? So you would have to define what a swing high and a swing low is. Obviously, a swing high is going to be a high with 2 lower highs on each side. A swing low is going to be a low with 2 higher lows on each side. So then you'd have to determine, okay, well, I honestly think that PineView is going to spam you with so many signals, so many swing lows. But either way, and then you'd have to determine visually, okay, this is what a breaker is. So honestly, all the work that would be, identifying a breaker visually is not difficult, especially once you know what to look for, which again we've gone over frequently here. So once you know what to look for, you just go and manually plot out your zones and then just take note of those price levels and then just go automate those. Seems like the easier way, bro. Shout out to you, Bob. Yasha says, a friend of mine is getting into crypto and wants to know whether to buy a mixed bag of stuff she's researched pretty well or first to make sure she has a whole Bitcoin. I just told her do your own research. I would recommend the Bitcoin. Just basic stuff like moving my stack in Bitcoin from USD, which I don't usually do, gave me a 20% gain since I joined this channel. Well, awesome, Bob. And I'm so happy to have you in the premium group, and I'm looking forward to your progress, man. Irish girl says, should I pay my bills? Doesn't matter, man. Doesn't matter. All you need is the chart, bro. Anthony Liang says 9,000 BTC. Hell yeah. What do I think about the last and prior manipulation incidents due to bots, etc.? Paul's Computer Lab. Can you be a little bit more specific, man? I highly doubt it. If you're talking about the 5,000 BTC that was sold on market, sold below market value on Bitstamp, it's highly likely that was manipulation, or as we call it in the non-tinfoil hat world, smart trading, where you actually have an edge in the market due to the size of the bag that you have, which is just a legitimate edge, guys. Sorry. I mean, yes. Is it manipulation? Like, sure. Like I manipulate the markets every time I hit the button because I affect the order book. So we all manipulate the market. And if you guys, just be honest with yourselves, if you had 5,000 Bitcoin and you knew if you market sold it on Bitstamp and then had a 50x short on BitMEX and you would make 10,000 Bitcoin, most of you guys would do it, right? So is it manipulation? Sure. But is it what any rational, sane human being would probably do in a market like this? Yes. Okay. Morality doesn't matter when you have, when you have the power, right? So power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. BTC explosion. Not really. We're only at 8040 unless ByBit is not refreshing for me again. Let me give it a refresh. Sorry, it's not ByBit's fault. It's because I don't refresh my screen very often. And my processor is overheating. Oh, yeah, BTC is exploding. Awesome. And guys in the Primo group, we are about to hit take profit 1. We got $6 more to go. Go. Come on, baby. Like social media. Social places get wrecked. Online meetups all the way. It'll be interesting to see if the alts rise before or after Bitcoin's next big move will be up. Will their ratios ever be anywhere near Bitcoin's again when the race is on? I mean, a lot of them probably not. Almost a lot of them probably absolutely not. Paul's Computer Lab says, I hodl myself some Satoshis, but I really start to think that all this crypto is just made by a few or one people, which are math, computer, and philosophy geniuses. This whole thing is made for greed. Well, yeah, human life is. What about the fact that you can do your own blockchain if you wanted to use the tech? Sure, it needs investment to build an infrastructure. Awesome, man. Bob, were you on BitMEX? 8282 didn't trigger for me on ByBit. I guess that must be manipulation because I have a larger order than most people would normally have. So it's okay. It's all right. Let's panic and market sell. No. All right. Let's see here. What about the fact that you can do your own blockchain if you wanted to use the tech? Yeah, I mean, I think it's awesome. Again, there's a lot of partnerships that we have with coins that we really believe in. Things like Spectre Security Coin and X42 and MMO, for example. Those are all projects that we're not invested in because, we think we're going to get rich. We really appreciate what those guys do for the community, right? Like, especially, just the 3 I named in particular, right? They're fantastic, amazing projects. You guys can go check MMO out. They stream every day on MMO Pro Official. You can go into our Discord. We've got partnership channels for all of our partners. And, you guys also can go check out our Cryptocurrency playlist where we do interviews with their CEOs or with their developers. Those are just good projects, man, that we support. Farmers want Bitcoin. Bitcoiners want food. Deal. Hell yeah, Showman. Can you go review order block identification? Do you only use order blocks on higher time frame with lower time frame? So this really comes down to preference. I know a lot of people, and here's the thing: you have to understand the order block and Fibonacci and liquidity voids and gaps, and that's really there's two big people who I think are really responsible for pushing that narrative, right? And again, they're good traders, right? And that's Trader Dante and ICT. And they have camps. And again, I was for a long time in camp ICT. But I have a lot of respect for both of those traders. But one of the Paul's Computer Lab, thank you so much. But one of the negative things that I think probably developed from that, which is they really got a lot of people who were newer to trading really into this idea of trading reversals and price action. And they really started kind of all you need is the naked chart, bro type thing, which is really like all that's been around for like 10 years, the last 10 years of trading. And I think it's really been toxic for a lot of people coming into trading. Not that Trader Dante or ICT are not really good, talented traders, and they're, I respect them for what they do and who they are, but they've had a negative impact, I think, with the proselytizing of their students who proselytize price action and who diss technical indicators, which for somebody who is newer to trading or who just wants to have a good swing trading strategy and just be able to make a professional a living as a professional trader, again, so listen, guys, a professional trader who is going to be able to, I could get hired by firms or shops at my level of execution because I outperform the market, right? I outperform the market and I teach the people who come into the group to outperform the market as well. The reason why I will say to you with 100% confidence that hodling is not a strategy is because I beat any hodler out of their pants with simple, basic trading, right? Simple as that, right? The reason why the average stock market return, if you just buy and hold your average basket of stocks, is going to be 11%. Millions and millions and hundreds of millions of dollars are paid to firms, funds, asset managers, professional traders to return 13 to 14% because those percentages matter to people with lots of money, right? So the fact that I outperform the market is kind of a big deal, right? And the fact that I teach people to outperform the market is kind of, I don't know if you've heard, kind of a big deal around here. No, just kidding, guys. So that's a little Anchorman for you guys. But anyways, the point is, if you can outperform the market, you can get hired to do lots of really cool and interesting things. And that's basically what I teach people to do. So again, another thing that I talk about is you don't necessarily need to have a lot of money to be a professional trader. You just need to learn to trade the right way. If you can treat $500 like it's $500 million, you can get to the point where somebody will give you the $500 million, right? You just need to get out there and be a professional and be disciplined psychologically and emotionally and money managerial wise. And those options will come, right? You don't have to go to school to be a professional trader, right? You don't have to go to school to be a fund manager or work at a prop shop. None of that stuff, right? You can get hired right out of the street. You just got to be able to sell yourself a little bit and be a good trader. And that means having an actual account statement that you can show your potential employees. Or again, you don't even need to do that. Go to your friends and family and be like, look, man, I'm good at this. Give me $30,000. Give me $5,000, right? Go to your family members and be like, can I get $5,000? Can I get $5,000? Can I get $5,000? Can I get $5,000? Right? That's what a lot of people do. That's how a lot of professional traders start. The real BitMEX killer is here. Prime XBT. I can't believe somebody didn't. I bet they did if I go over here. So I'm only seeing the regular chat. Wow, nobody. Are there no moderators in here tonight? Lambros Capsales, man, knock that stuff off. Is there a possibility that Bitcoin's price will reach 10,000? Of course there are, man. Paul says, I have coded an enhanced auto clicker for faucets and an automatic gambling app with Delphi. The app knows what it is won, lost, and bets regarding to that. It took me 2 days to code. That's awesome, dude. Nigao, good to see you, my good friend. 50 sats. I do not know. There are multiple staff members that go and moderate the comments. Generally, our rule of thumb is I don't really mind. I don't really care what you say as long as you're not advertising or being directly hateful. So, what level of skill is it recommended to join the premium group, total newbie, or some trading experience? You cannot know a gosh darn thing, and Pathways to Profits will teach you exactly what to do from the start. Regarding to bot manipulation, I saw a TED talk about it. There were 2 bots which pushed the price to 1,000. Yeah, potentially. Willie and Marcus. Yeah, the Willie bot and the Marcus bot. Right. But I mean, there were other market participants which made that possible for them in the first place. So those bots in and of themselves did not have the potential to do that. The actual market participants created the environment where those bots were able to do something, right? So, everything tends to equalize, right? So it's always an arms race. Everything is always an arms race, man. I want to resign from my day job, so I need HST decision token to explode. No, that's really not a good way to invest or to trade one, brother. Robert says, take profit one check. Premium members, awesome, dude. Yeah. Bow chicka bow wow. Oh yeah. Yep, on BitMEX. MEX had a different ATR. Yep, you guys are right. Because yeah, over here on ByBit, I haven't hit TP1 yet. Order didn't trigger, doesn't matter. It doesn't, man. It doesn't matter. All right, like for real, like no offense, guys, but did all. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. Going broke don't matter. Thank you, Pauls. I appreciate that, bro. At least leave them their pants, Justin. Geez, the farmers want their bitcoins. What are the requirements to join your team? Well, if you want to learn how we trade, there are no requirements. You just have to come in and have an open mind and be willing to listen, follow the rules, and use the tools. You'll do pretty well. If you mean like join our team of traders and analysts, then you need to prove yourself. I need to be able to see your account statement. I need to be able to see that you are a profitable trader. You need to be trading our style and our method, or you need to be a highly successful individual on your own. So those are kind of the requirements to be on to be kind of like behind the wall, but that option is available to anybody who proves himself. Again, if you're a good trader and you would like your talents showlighted, send me a DM in the Discord and I'll take a look at your trades. We'll talk about keeping a trading journal or a tracking journal so we can actually audit what you're doing and know what you're talking about, and then we can talk about making you a channel. And that the option for anybody to join the team is available. You just again, I'm going to have the same requirements that a prop shop's going to have. Okay, look, man, you say you're a profitable trader. Show me your account statement. I don't think you beat Satoshi Nakamoto's bags, bro. No, fuck no, dude. No, hell no. Or the Gemini's twins bags. No, hell no, dude. You're crazy. Pwn Network says, can I get a wrench? Vatam, do you got a wrench, bro? You know what? Vatam, you are wrenched, brother. Okay, Pwn Network. I'll wrench you up, brother. Yasha Harari says, if you are a good trader, you should not need to borrow money to trade. Just trade more, earn more, get your own capital. No, I don't necessarily agree with that because the more capital that you have, the more you can earn for your investors and the less risk you actually have to take. So again, if you have a larger stack, you can do more things. So generally a lot of professionals, and again, kind of how I got my start as well, is by trading other people's money. And that's what allowed us to get to an area where we had enough capital on our own to justify trading on our own. So no, I do actually completely disagree with that. Thoughts on Zcash? Fundamentally, chart-wise, probably. It went on a little run a while ago. Everybody's really, another toxic thing is this idea that because things are cheap, that they must be good to trade. What is it, ZEC? Yeah, ZEC BTC. Because things are cheap, they must be good trades, and that's not true. Daily time frame, we would have gotten a buy. Would we got a buy signal right here? Yeah, buy signal right here. And if the daily candle closes, it would have just been a fake out. So we didn't take this one. Let's look at ZEC Tether. Probably looks a whole lot better, right? Look, because when the market is bullish, USD value of everything rises, and things don't just take a dump every time Bitcoin sneezes when you're taking a BTC pair. So we would have got the buy signal on Zcash right here on this candle, and we would still be in this trade, and we'd be up about 30%. So pretty simple. How do I feel about the Bitcoin 4-year cycle? It sounds good. It's just one of those things that, oh, well, look, Bitcoin's been around for 10 years, so it's done this twice. So, So we're in a confirmed bull market then, right? No, not yet. Sorry, bro. We've talked about what needs to happen, and a pullback would be atypical for that to happen. But again, if the pullback doesn't happen, we have other qualifications, but let's take a look at the weekly chart. And what we're going to need is the two baselines that we utilize. So the weekly candle is about to close here in an hour, and are we going to get a crossover? Well, let's look at where the levels are right now. So the 55 EMA is at 54.90. The 13 EMA is at 54.84. So unless the unless the shorter EMA can rise $16 or no, $6. $6 in 1 hour, then we have a whole another week to wait, guys. And generally, if we go back to 2015 here, the last 2015, we can see that when we got the baseline crossover, we actually pamped. So here we were not crossed over, and here we were crossed over, and we pamped for 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Let's just call that 7 weeks, and then big pullback to the rising weekly 13 exponential moving average. We basically hold it because the daily doesn't really close below. Basically hold it, and then it's just bull market, right? Just bull market. So, very similar. That's what I'm looking for here. Looking for the crossover, maybe another 3 to 4 weeks of pamping. The 13 moves up, pretty big pullback, and then confirm bull market. Because listen, guys, and this stands. This is just a rally, right? It's the first rally out of the bear market. You don't call the first rally confirm bull market. Just like if you go back to 2016, people are like, oh my God, dude, the fucking bear market is over. Oh my God, it's straight to the poof, poof, right? So no, you don't call the first rally out of a bear cycle the bull market, right? You need a couple up thrusts, right? You need to pull back, consolidate, and then continue pushing higher, which lets you know that sellers aren't going to be able to take control of the market again. You have to let the sellers take control and show you that they are powerless in the face of the bull's might. And that just hasn't happened yet. We need an opportunity for the sellers to take control of the market again and drastically push us down. And I'm talking on the weekly time frame. So that hasn't happened yet. So you don't call the first rally out of the bear market a rally. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how strong, how powerful, or how high it goes. Kind of, the higher they are, the bigger they fall. Shark Tank Billionaire began on a $10,000 loan from the bank. You're god darn right. It's just another kind of leverage. I thought that borrowing is best for trading business. Yeah, you can borrow personally, you can get a loan from a bank. There's a lot of different ways to do it, bro. All right, guys, it is 6:02, guys. Time to take a short break and refresh the kombucha because we're kind of on a kombucha kick around here, guys. So, guys, thank you so much for your thoughts, your questions, your comments. You guys, we're having a good show tonight, guys. And shout out to about 180 of you guys across Twitch and YouTube. You guys are awesome. So, I'm going to take a quick break. When I get back, we're going to look at your requests. So, let's go ahead and delete the requests from yesterday. Let's go ahead and delete the request from yesterday. So if you guys got something you'd like me to look at, to do some more in-depth analysis on, feel free to drop it in the chat. I'll review it when I get back. I'm going to go grab some kombucha. While you guys are waiting, if you want to head on over, if you guys are not able to use my indicators, if you guys haven't even thought about using my indicators, I highly recommend that you do. You guys can go over to indicators.crackingcryptocurrency.com, and you can get access to all our public indicators: Wada Atar Explosion, Exponential Moving Average Script, and Ichimoku, Time Transformation, and Quadrigo Average True Range, and Minx, which will be available ideally this week, are proprietary indicators that are only available to premium subscribers, but you guys can use the power of Wada, CC EMA, and CC Ichi, which are going to be doing very well for you guys. So 0 minutes covering BTC tonight. 60 minutes covering BTC tonight. Tron. Alex, I will check out Tron here in a little bit, man, as soon as I get back. All right, guys, I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. And we're back, guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging in there a little bit. Got the kombucha filled up, ready to rock, ready to go, ready to roll. All right. Are shorts wrecked yet? Shorts have been continually getting pammeled. Of course, we did take the short on the last big move to the downside, one of the few reversal trades we do take. And then we got into this trade to the upside. And yes, for those, yes, guys, so for premium members watching tonight's stream, Take Profit 1 did just hit on ByBit. So we're good. You guys know what that means. Stop loss goes at break even, and we're good to go. The trade is officially a winner. Impossible to lose money. Good trade, guys. So let's get back over here into the requests. Hey, Robert, good to see you, man. Thank you for joining us from Prague. I see BCH, ABC, BTC. Rick, how do you access your scripts in TradingView? A couple different ways, man. You can go to indicators.crackingcryptocurrency.com. some reason it's like Kim B, thank you so much for the subscription on YouTube, my good friend. And Joe Soap, sorry if I missed you. So I see BCH ABC. So there's two ways to access the scripts, my custom scripts in TradingView. You can go to indicators.cracking.cryptocurrency.com and add them there, or you can just go to your indicator search window and type in cracking, and you'll be able to see them all right here, my good friend. Steve Jones, good to see you, man. How about ZERP? We will look at ZERP. Remember, guys, I default look at USDT pairs. I did that, and they are all locked. That is not true. Exponential moving averages, Ichimoku, and Wada Atar Explosion are not locked, sir. Time transformation and Quadrigo average true range, and coming out this week, minx. Those are locked, and they are only available to premium subscribers. If you'd like some more information on that, or if you'd like to join us, you can, of course, check the link up at the top of the screen, premium.crackingcryptocurrency.com. See if we have any more requests. Redcoin RDD. BTC. The Tice one says, love kombucha. I do too. I also like kefir water. Looks like she wants to break to the upside. Hell yeah, man. Nothing would make me happier, as we are and along. Okay, let's go to Crypto King says, Justin, you're a legend. I'll settle for okay. Andrew Munns, what's going on, man? What's on sale tonight, bro? Street tacos at Taco John's were on sale today. Did I check Ethereum? Yes, I did. So yeah, Rick. So the code is private and proprietary, but you can still use the indicators. You can add them to your chart. John Zutat said, I bought one Bitcoin this morning at 79.65. Good, man. Doing well. 83.19, guys. On our way to take profit too. Let's roll, premiums. Okay. Sorry. BCH, ABC, BTC. Man, I'm sorry. The kombucha is really making me burp a little bit tonight. Apologies. Ooh, man. ZERP Bitcoin just did a big old wick to the upside, huh? Right back down. All right. Sorry here, guys. Gotta keep my eye on my open trades over here. I had the, as the primos know, there was another larger position that we put on this weekend. That's mainly the chart I've been focusing on. But good to keep our eye on all of them. Everything's looking quite good. Yeah, you know what? We might primos. We might get back in the. We might get back in some of those tether pairings tonight too, when the candle closes tonight, right after the show. Remember, guys, if you are a premium subscriber, here about an hour and a half after the show tonight, we are going to be doing our end of week live chat roundup. So we'll go over this week's trades. We'll talk about trade reviews. We'll talk about strategy. We'll talk about what we're going to be doing for the next week, kind of what our trading plan is for the next week, what you guys should be focusing on, what you guys should be looking at, as we always do. So please join us in the VIP voice chat this evening. We're going to be experimenting with a couple different things, so where I can, because previously we were going into the big groups, and so I could share my screen. I think I've got a better solution for us tonight, but again, no promises. You guys know how it is with us. So, oh yeah, can I talk about the gap at the CME? Vitam says, yeah, I play around with blending my tibias, water kefirs too, grow my own mints. That's awesome, man. It's pronounced TC, and I will have to try kefir water, but I have my kombucha in front of me now. Yes, man. All right, let's go look at the long-term charts, and we'll look at the CME futures. All right, so we had a big gap. We filled it, as gaps are often filled. and then we gapped up right here from this close, and we opened here. So that's a big gap. Now, that gap doesn't matter. You can say that it does, but it really doesn't. Generally, backwardation gaps don't matter. This gap might matter, but not so much as this gap to this gap. See, this gap really shows an inefficiency in a bullish market of buyers. This gap is more of a reversion to the mean because we're already bullish and we're just continuing on the upthrust. So remember, there's no time frame delay on gaps because we can look at many gaps that don't get filled for a very long period of time. Now, the CME markets do like to fill those gaps quite quickly, generally, but there are many examples. I don't know if I'll be able to find any, to be quite honest with you, but there are examples where we gap up and then it takes quite a while to retrace and fill that gap. Like, for example, here's a good one, gap to the downside, and it takes us a long time to get back up there and fill that gap. And does price continue down? No, price goes all the way up and then continues moving down. All right, so here's a good gap right here. Gaps up, we don't really fill the gap. We continue moving up, and then we fill the gap to the downside when price is already going down. So gaps, they're interesting to look at. And yes, honestly, a good trading strategy is to, or has been, it would seem in retrospect, to try to play those gap fills. But since there's no time dilation, and since by nature you're now trying to trade reversals, I don't recommend you do that. It's just something interesting to talk about. Pone Network, thank you so much for the $2, my good friend. You are the man. He says, awesome community. Thank you so much, man. It's because of people like you that make it awesome. Rick Billings, thank you so much for the subscription on YouTube. And Cool Hand Luke Double 99, thank you so much as well. Is it a good time to go long from here on BTC now? We were long since 8,000, so let's go and see if we're going to get a long signal on the daily. Probably not. I don't think the daily is going to turn. I don't think the daily is going to turn here. So honestly, there's not a daily signal. Let's go down. 12-hour is going to be throwing up a 12-hour signal. That's a 2-day trade on the close of this daily candle. 8 hours is going to be throwing up an 8-hour signal. 6-hour threw up a 6-hour signal here. So you've got a 12-hour signal that you can take. The 12 is the only one printing a fresh signal. And since we have 2 out of 3 on the daily, we're going to be having 3 out of 3 on the 12-hour. So yes, there is a 12-hour trade on the table here when the daily candle closes here in about 43 minutes. And we've got the Game of Thrones season finale tonight. I feel you, Robert, but man, can we've digressed a lot over these last few days to talk about my unbridled rage for season 8. Game of Thrones, because it's just one of those things where, one of my favorite book series of the last decade and one of the best shows that we've had for quite a while. And then you get some progressive, not that there's anything wrong with progressives sometimes, writers who don't understand plot or drama or tension or character arcs or plot fulfillment or logic or battle formations or plans or strategy or So back to Bitcoin. A Fletch 55, good to see you, bro. Mike's Heart Lemonade on sale almost everywhere. Good, man. Andrew Adams says, I like using some crypto YouTubers' sentiment as a tool to gauge the market, but Cheston is always too rational. I brought new tires for my truck on this pump. Awesome, brother. The YouTube influencer sentiment indicator is one of the favorites. Moses Mo, good to see you, brother. Respect to you as well, man. You mad, bro? Oh, man. Oh, yeah. TRX BTC. Alex, let's check that out, bro. Let's go to back to here. Did we even start? BCH, ABC, BTC. All right, let's get going. A lot of coiling going on here, so we want to be a little cautious, but the daily is going to confirm a re-entry trade on BCH. So yeah, BCH looks quite good, man. BCH looks quite good. We've tested resistance. Sublime Crisis, thank you so much for the subscription on YouTube, my good friend. We've tested resistance multiple times right here. You can see we've wicked up into the area of this breakdown block right now, this bullish order block, which was broken down and become a bearish breaker. So, limit sells placed in here have worked well. But remember, we have to, what takes precedence over that? Our system takes precedence over that. So we are going to be getting a reentry signal on our system on today's candle close. So actually, I'm going to note that because that might be a trade that we take. All right, there's one. And pop that over there. We'll talk about that tonight in the roundup session, Primos. So, all right. Looks good, man. Looks good. BCH looks quite healthy, actually. This is a really constructive chart. Nice consolidation at resistance, consolidating in the vicinity of the daily baseline. And WADA has basically kept us from going until now. Now there's good volume pouring in, and it looks like the daily candle is going to close much stronger than these candles, for example, which didn't really lead to much uptrend. I think BCH looks like it's ready, bro. Go to... Yes, it does, Alex. What's the next request? ZERP oozed. Go to ZERP oozed. ZERP USDT looks like quite a constructive chart, just as we talked about yesterday, coming down to the vicinity of the daily baseline, looking for that nice reversal trade, probably on lower time frames. Did we get it? Did we get it on something like the 30? Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. We got multiple reentry trades on ZERP USDT. So let's go to the daily, the big daddy of them all. And it looks like the daily is not going to give us a signal on the daily candle close. So let's start scrolling down. 12-hour, no. 8-hour, no. Sorry. 6-hour, yes. 6-hour is going to give us a signal right now. So that is 6/12, 1824. That's a daily trade on the 6. So 4-hour chart is going to be giving us a buy signal right now as well. So we can take that to the upside too. No on the 3, and no on the hourly, and no on the 30-minute. Those are all too overbought. So the 6 is about to give us a 6-hour trade on ZERP USDT to the upside. That's a daily trade. That's a 24-hour trade. So 4 6-hour bars. Put them on your calendar. Tito Morabito says, hey, mate, where did you take the resistance breaker for BTC? Let's scroll over. So let's go to the daily for BTC USD on Bitstamp, and we'll look at breakers. Chart's getting actually pretty busy right now, so sorry about that. So we've got take profit 1 hit. So let's go ahead and take that off the chart. So we've got a pretty big breaker. Let's go actually just go scroll over here. Okay. And we'll go ahead and take our entry off. So yeah, this breaker was quite large, man. This breaker actually stretches from 77.12 to 84.96, but it is what it is. Actually, I don't know why we're using 84.96 because that's not actually quite right. It is. Let's delete that. Sorry. Interesting. Thank you for asking that question so I could redo my chart a little bit here, bro. And we want to use array because I always like to see the origin. There we go. So 8403, 77.12 to 8403. It's quite wide. It's a 10% breaker, but it is what it is. And that's where we're currently consolidating and trading. And remember, guys, when we consolidate within an order block, it's quite bullish. The next resistance breaker that we have coming up is 96.70 to 99.48. So from here to here, it's just like gravity, man. Always be aware of liquidity directly above highs, as we are going to be coming in and encroaching upon around the $8,500 level. So always be cautious around those levels. But just remember that gravity would tend to push us up, ideally here to take profit too, before we pull back, if we do, right? If we do. Sven asks about LTC BTC. We'll check it out, man. No problem. IBMoz76. Naruto Uzumaki says, should I exit my LTC position? Is it stupid to wait until 1:30? LTC USDT. Check her out. Right. Get back over into the request charts and RDD BTC. Red coin. Nothing to do here, man. Yep, this chart's bad, bro. This chart is no bueno. Nothing to do, brother. TRX BTC. Nothing to do on Tron, brother. Because remember we had this block, right? So let's scroll back in time. We had this block. And what did price do? Broke through, pulled back, rejected from it. But more importantly than that, look where we are in relation to the daily baseline. Nothing to do. Are we looking to reshort it? No, not yet. Look where we're at, above the 0 line and about to give a cross. So we actually have to wait until the cross under. So this is going to take a day or two more. And Wada Atar is telling us to really do nothing. So it's kind of keeping us out of this meander right here, which is what we want, ideally. This chat just real fast. The weekly is turning. Right. And the weekly's got a long way to go before we're bullish. So we will see. I do see your point, but that would be a reversal. So we want to take the trade when the daily confirms the bullishness. But the weekly throwing up the reversal does tell us to be on alert. Because as we can see here, we get a reversal right here, kind of in the same vicinity, and we have 2 more weeks of downside. And then we get another one right here, which is actually, a good entry. So that's on the 17th of September, 2018. Let's go back on the daily. September. So remember, the weekly turned, and we had already gotten a bad weekly buy signal prior to that. So we're like, meh. And then here on, we get a buy signal right here, and we're able to catch this movement right here. And then price pulls back, and we get in again here. And maybe we take an L here. That's almost break even. And then we can get back in here and we capture all that. So rather than waiting on the weekly, which would have had us buy on the close of this candle, and even though in retrospect that would have been a better entry for this movement, it already gave us a bad buy signal over here, which led to drawdown. So we want to be prioritizing the daily, not the weekly. Even though the weekly does tell us, hey, this is interesting, because if we look back throughout TRX's activity, we got a buy signal, and then we got another cluster. Remember, clustering of buy signals are typically good, but we want to get confirmation on the daily chart. So this is definitely something for us to keep our eye on. So let's throw up Tron, which I already have it up here, actually. Yeah, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, looking really good. And let's replace. Yeah, I have it right here. This is TRX M19 though. Go to TRX BTC on this one. And we'll keep our eye on this over the next couple days. LTC BTC. Looks bad, man. You actually got told to short this on this candle. So LTCM19, short. LTC USDT, on the other hand, is it dumb to wait till 1:30? I don't think so. In fact, we're going to get a reentry signal on the daily right here. This looks good. Yeah, this looks quite good. In fact, rising volume. Grab liquidity above. Let's see how strong we close, and let's see if we keep pushing. Everybody wants to trade reversals, man. Just don't. Oh, this is a weekly. Sorry, going on to the daily. My bad. Yeah, the daily looks even better, man. At no time did you close below the daily baseline. This was just a pullback to confirm the bullish activity, and you got a nice kickoff, dude. You don't get a daily signal yet. Probably won't tomorrow either, so we're going to have to wait on this one too. This is the one I wanted to re-enter because we went long on LTC. Only hit take profit 1 and then got out back at break even and looking for that reentry. No, actually, I digress. We actually exited LTC USDT at like 1% profit. So that was one where that's one where I didn't really like the way that the chart was looking. I didn't really want any drawdown, especially because all the other trades were doing quite well. So again, cutting losers quickly is the name of the game. But yeah, LTC USDT looks good. That weekly looks even better. You're welcome. ADA BTC. Looks bad. You had a buy signal here, and that was a loser right here. And so you're out of the trade, and there's nothing to do here. Yeah, nothing to do with Cardano. And we'll probably be looking to short this again. Okay. Baldy Lude. I think you mean Baldy Dude. A lot of people will shave their heads nowadays, man. It's not like a weird thing. I'm always surprised when people come on and they're like, "You're bald, motherfucker." I'm like, "Yeah. Yeah, I am." Like it's some fucking insult. Your girl likes it, bro. So anyways, let's see here. 32.37 or 82.38, I apologize, on ByBit. Pulling back a little bit. Hit that first take profit at 82.82, guys. See how far we go. Oh, it is Lude? Lude? Lude. Mr. Clean Action. All right. LTC BTC in the daily is not looking hot. No, it's all good, bro. As my dad used to say, hair is for women. Woo! We just lost the 0.7% of my female viewers. Darn it. We try really hard to do fan service for them. Yeah, didn't we just look at LTC? We did just look at LTC BTC. Yeah, no, the daily looks like crap. This, I mean, I'm just looking for a reshort. But LTC USDT looks great. And this is why we like USDT pairs around here. When they trend quite nice and strong. It looks slick. They're just haters. It's not those. Listen, the guys who come on, and I know, I think old boy was just playing, and it's all good. I'm a playful guy. But you know, the ones who come on here and they're like, "You don't know anything, man. Do you even trade, bro?" I'm just like, "Listen, man. You guys are," and then people are like, "Oh man, do you remember like when you like made that bad call and you thought price was going to go down?" I was like, "Right. Did you also like remember how I said like I was still long though?" Like, I don't know like what's, you know, my haters, the ones that really tickle me pink are the ones that are just really bad in what they think I want to say or do, or what I did say or do. Like, all you got, like, everything's live. You just go roll the tape back. They're just really good at being wrong about a lot of things. That's probably why they're such bad traders. ETC USD. Let's check it out, man. Ooh, this is a good chart. Yeah, I like this. You're going to get a reentry signal here on the daily, actually. Yeah, let's go, baby. That daily is going to close right there, and that looks quite good. Pump it, baby. Nice pullback. So we grabbed liquidity, and now we're creeping back up there, guys. What happens when we creep back up to resistance? Looks good, man. What's the top profit potential altcoin for me today? Nope. Brownie paper towels only? Aw, man. Scott, don't cry, man. Every time you cry, it makes me feel like I did something wrong. What's the top profit potential altcoin for me today? Well, what did we look at, man? So the one that I've seen, this is one of the best looking charts that I've seen that's been requested of me today. It was this Ethereum Classic oozed on Finex. We also looked at LTC USDT. I think has a lot of potential, but it's just not there yet. Every time Scott cries, an angel gets his wings. Hard to tell with that handle. Yeah, man. What did we look at that I really liked? Oh, BCH. BCH. BCH looks the best, I think. LTC USD at $85. Let's look at, are you trading on Finex? Let's go to LTC USD. We'll just look at it on Coinbase. See, ideas that are wrong right there, right? Ideas that are wrong, and the system tells you what to do, though. Pretty sure I was just drawing fighting phalluses there, though. Is what it looked like in retrospect. So moving on. LTC USD. You said you got in at $85. Good trade. Very good trade. Very good trade. I would have banked some profits here on the close of this candle and moved your stop loss to break even. You would have gotten hit, but you could always use a soft stop. And things look quite good. I would put your Crypto King says, I use the Justin Wise indicator. I just watch his YouTube videos and copy his trades. I back tested it and I have made a small fortune. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. You know, I've heard that you make a lot more in the premium group as well. Might want to put that small fortune to work for you, brother. BTT Blue Sky breakout soon. You know, that's one that I'm a little salty about. We were just talking about this, and somehow I let this one slip by me because BTT gave one of the best, I mean, just not the best, but just a signal. And our system is so good that when we get a signal 9 times out of 10, just gets us on the right side of the market. So we actually get the signal on the 11th. Go see. On the 11th right here, and we don't enter it because we're closing below the baseline. But then we get the re-entry right here on the 12th, and that's when it told us to buy. We got told to buy right here. I mean, just gorgeous, man. And this one slid me by, man. This one slid me by. And I'm not allowed to do anything. I'm allowed to go down to lower time frames and look for signals. Eight hours going to pull back. 6 hours going to pull back. 4 hours pulling back. 3 hours Gonna pull in a little bit. Hourly's on its way down. 30 minutes on its way down. So yeah, there's just nothing to do with BTT USDT. But gosh darned it, that one really kind of hit me in the giblets when I looked back on this chart and I was like, what? BAT looks like crap. My good friend Sean Pond. We already looked at that earlier. Back in Matic USDT. Ooh, nice. Yeah, that's gonna, it's not, I can't do anything on the daily. This is a good one. So using only 2 out of 3 would have gotten in here. And we got the sell signal here, and this is going to give us a reentry signal, yeah, on the daily. This is a good one. Good work, man. Good work. This is a good one. Let's go down to the 4. 4 is going to give us signals. This is how I usually trade stuff that's fresh. On this candle. Would have got back in here. Yeah, would have got back in here last night at 11 o'clock a.m. or 11 o'clock p.m. Looking good, man. Looking good. No reason to sell yet, bro. You're getting close. You're getting close to selling and then looking for the pullback and reentry. Just be careful. You had a triple cluster here, though, so you got multiple opportunities to take profits. Walton chain. Terrible, as the French say. What's this note that I left say? Daily consolidation at weekly resistance. Yay. Another up here, bullish down here, bearish BS chart. Yay. Yeah, man. When these things pump, they just pump. You just get it on the trends, man. You don't really have to worry about all the little in-between frick or frack. There's always going to be something trending. What exchange do you trade? ETC USD? I don't trade ETC USD, but you could trade on BitMEX if you wanted to. Steve C says, can we please take a look at LTC if you have time? If so, will it move to 100? So I've looked at LTC USDT about 3 times tonight already, sir, and there's no reason that it can't move to 130. But it's not signaling a rebuy yet. Maybe tomorrow. But it looks good. LTC looks good. Ontology. And I think this is the last shyest coin I'm going to look at tonight, guys. Looks bad, man. It looks bad. Nothing to do. ONT USDT. You can scroll back just a little bit to see the full LTC analysis if you'd like, good sir. ONT USDT might be good tomorrow. We need a signal from primary. Looks good though. It's a you could buy the pullback. This looks quite nice. Again, where should your buy orders be when price is bullish? In the vicinity of the daily baseline. This would have served you really well. You would have got in right here. Be up here. It's the only way we trade pullbacks. I don't want to say that. It's not the only way we trade reversals. The primary way we do. 81.99 on ByBit. When I grill, should I bust out the organic clean and a few of those? Organic orange clean. Yeah, that's good stuff. How much do you know about Matic? I know your TA more than FA. I heard Matic is partnered with Coinbase and going to be used by them in some capacity. Actually, that's the most that I know about Matic is what you just said, man. That is interesting. There is one token out there that I'm in the process of accumulating, and it's not Matic. Matic's pretty high. This one's pretty low. So Never touch token like Matic from India. Most Indias are scammers. Let's just go to our good friend Google. Actually, DuckDuckGo, but will Matic make me rich? More magic words that make you rich from Mind Power News. Let's go. You might think this is strange, but every day before I start work, I stand up, look to the sky, throw my hands in the air, and shout out loud, I feel terrific! This is what I call an affirmation, positive self-talk to charge up my emotions and help me produce my very best work. An affirmation can be as simply as yes, as uplifting as I'm very happy at this moment, or as determined as I'm willing to do whatever is necessary to succeed. Try it for yourself right now. Oh, I'll wait. Choose a positive message you want to tell yourself, then stand up, put your head back, throw your arms up, and shout it out loud. Makes you feel uncomfortable? Good. You've just discovered how powerful words can be. Yep, so this is like the secret stuff, and this stuff actually works pretty well. All right. Brian Courtney Wilson, you will make me rich. Oh, you know what? That's going to get me probably, what do you call it? That's going to get me, what's the word I'm talking about? Copyright striked. So, will Matic coin make me rich? Here we go. Matic coin review. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, so I can't talk about it. I can't talk about which one I like because then everybody's gonna go buy it, and it's gonna get really expensive. And I'm trying to accumulate my little bag of it for the next 6 to 9 months. Yeah, there you go. Copyright striked. Dog looked at me kind of. No, I don't hate Forex. I actually quite like Forex, man. I actually I remade my brokerage account on Oando, which is my broker. I just don't have time to trade there. It's not that I don't have the time to trade, because really the way that I trade is not really time consuming. So it wouldn't be very difficult for me to do, especially because I can trade right through TradingView. I just need to make the commitment and do it. I put on one trade there, which was the euro pound, and I made 130 pips. That was a pretty good trade. I'm accumulating Verge. Admit it? No, man. Do I tell my subscribers? Yeah, of course. I haven't yet, but I shall. And that's because it's not really what I do. I'm not 100% confident in it. To be quite honest with you, it's one of those it's like 1% of my portfolio, and it's not a big risk for me. So I don't want it to, again, I don't want this to sound like it's just not necessarily something that I'd recommend that anybody puts their money in necessarily. I'm accumulating Ravens. Stop it. No, nothing like that. It's one of those weird it's just one of those like weird yeah, I would, man. I'm going to tell everybody that's a subscriber. It's not even like I don't even want it to sound like, oh, I want to get my whole bag before like anybody buys it, even my subscribers. No, it's nothing like that. Honestly, I'm just kind of like I'm kind of ambivalent about whether I even want to recommend it to anybody, but yeah. It's for porn, isn't it? It's not Verge. It's not Verge, man. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna. Yeah, it's basic attention token. I do have a lot of basic attention token because I support basic attention tokens. So the people that make BAT tokens, they I don't sell that. We don't sell that. We just hold it, man. Best broker for Forex, Oando. Damn it, you guys got Scott mad at me. Thought I told you to stop buying all that spank coin, bro. Can't help it, man. I can't help it, man. Titty coin. What do I think of Stellar Lumens? I mean, it's one of the big 20, man. That's a top coin. All right, 10 minutes till the daily candle closes. We're going to have to scrap this. We're going to have to scrap this. Yeah, you make a good point. So I'll go ahead, even though I'm a little ambivalent about it. All the primos that joined me tonight for the end of week roundup, we'll talk about it. I'll tell you guys what it is. So let's go ahead and pull open AgriTrade, and let's go down to something like the lower time frames and usher in the weekly candle close and see if we're going to get 50% confirmation of the bull market, guys. That's what we're all came here to see tonight. And what do we need to see? We need to see this moving average cross over this moving average when this candle closes. This one, all the way up here. Yes, that's a big wick. Sorry. Feels like I am climbing up Brienne of Tarth. All right, let's move our way on down. She doesn't look that tall as Captain Phasma, though, so. It starts with a C. It doesn't. Naruto Uzumaki. Okay, what is it, Naruto? Yes. Yes, tell us. You guys don't know what it is. Nope, it's not Engine, it's not Gren, not Spank. It's not B. No, it's not BCSB. Do I like precious metals? Yeah. Now it makes sense. I'm trying to get subscribers. No, actually, I mean, that's not necessarily the purpose of this. Of course, I'm always, I think that people who join the premium group do better. So am I able to do more? Am I able to hire more developers? Are we able to develop more awesome solutions? The more people that subscribe? Yeah, of course we are. But not necessary, man. People sign up for the premium group because they see the value we provide. And value we do provide. Should I invest my life savings into Dogecoin? Absolutely. It's IOTA? Oh, no. Keep guessing. How do I get those green candles? Is it your own indicator? Yes, Taurus. I have multiple indicators that I've programmed and developed. X42? No, I have a bunch of X42, but that's one of those things that we're just working on distributing for the sake of their community. IOTA going huge this year. IOTA's probably going to do big things this year. It's got that Jaguar partnership. Yeah, but hush, don't tell anyone. Stop it, man. Just came in here and pumped your bags. Should I invest my life savings into Dogecoin? At least half. Yeah, see, candlesticks. I'm not even trying to push it. Like, I'm just an honest person. So I don't accumulate bags, but there's one coin that I find interesting that I'm going to accumulate. And nobody will let me just like be like, no, I don't want to tell anybody, you know? So you can interpret it however you want. Because again, I know a lot of people are cynical and think that people like me only exist to pump bags. Again, something that I've never, ever done in my fucking life. But again, you can take, I don't really care what you think, bro. You can take away any thoughts that you want. Nope, you guys are not even close. And I don't think it's valuable. In fact, I just said multiple times that I wouldn't necessarily recommend anybody buy any. This is a robbery. Disclose all your public keys. Oh, I'm talking about your service, not the coin. Oh, I mean, because I have a lot of confidence and faith that my service is awesome, dude. So, I mean, this is my show, and I'm going to talk about what I think is awesome. If I thought my service was shady, or if I thought the value that I provided to people wasn't that great, I wouldn't shill it so hard. I guess is the right way to put it. But I know that what I'm genuinely doing helps change people's lives, so Is it in the top 100? No. Gui says, anyways, you should buy Celsius since it's not. Check it out. So actually, our public keys are on the website, Alex. No, no. If you sign up for the premium group, do you have to have ByBit and a VPN? No, you don't. We have so the signals that we make, you're going to be able to trade across. Ideally, I mean, most of our members are going to be trading on ByBit or BitMEX or Deribit. But if you want to trade on Coinbase or Binance, it's fine. We've got a very efficient market. No, I didn't say that if people join, I'll talk about that coin I mysteriously like, bro. So, I appreciate you on here, but again, just something that people who are cynical and don't understand me, like, always have a tendency to do is just be wrong about everything that comes out of their goddamn fingers, bro. So what I said was the people that are in my group, I will tell tonight, because again, about 4 of the people talking who are teasing me about the coin are premium members. So I don't care whether you join or not tonight, but that's something that I will do for my subscribers. And again, you can interpret that any way you want, but the people who join my group make money, man. So... but yeah, so CryptoKitty, ByBit's going to help you out. VPN's going to help you out. It sounds like a pain in the ass, but it's generally not. But it's genuinely not, right? It's easy once you get in the habit. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. You can trade on Coinbase or Binance or whatever you want to trade on. We also do a lot of active trading on Binance as well. 13 and 55 on Amash. What do I think about Komodo? I like Komodo fundamentally, and I like Dogecoin from an old school value. Yeah, Naruto, we offer a 1-week trial. It's on the website. It's in the premium info section of the Discord. So just hit one of the admins or analysts or moderators up in the DM in the Discord, and we can get you set up. Nah, it's not Celsius, Crypto King. It's not Jin either. It's not Power. Not Holo. $82.01. 3 minutes until the weekly candle closes. Let's go, baby. I don't really think anything crazy is going to happen. It's just, bringing us all together. Two minutes. Dun 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 dun. Anonymous, thank you, man. Yeah, looking at the significant trades ticker right here. Let's go, baby. Elijah Finch, what's going on, man? Shout out to you, my good friend. Thank you, Batam. I appreciate that, brother. Mrs. Finch, stand by your man. Dun, dun, dun. And it's 7 o'clock, guys. And we've got... There it is. And we're open. Want to see the way they paint the daily candle? Looks like they're going to paint it bearish. Yep, they're going to paint it bearish. Think. All right, moving on. That took forever, man. You see it took 8 seconds for the new candle to open up? What the heck is going on with TradingView tonight? Sorry, TradingView. We're going to need some faster servers, please. Can we get some more expedient service here? Can you upgrade your API access to Bitstamp, please? All right, guys, I got a lot to do tonight. I got to go get my daughter, get her laid down, and then here in about an hour, hour and a half, we're going to do the end of week roundup session for the Primos, guys. So if you're a subscriber, guys, get ready to hop in the VIP live chat. We're going to break down this week's trades. We're going to talk about what we're going to do next week, and we're going to talk about fun stuff, man, as we always do, guys. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Let's head on over to this Bazinga. All right, guys, so if you guys have any questions, comments, sarcastic remarks, and or death threats, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. You guys have been awesome, man. Thank you so much for joining me for another exciting episode of Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. Of course, I've been your host, Justin Wise, lead analyst and senior mentor at crackingcryptocurrency.com for a Breaking Bitcoin Market analysis. Let's see here. Thoughts, questions, opinions. I don't have anything coming up this week that will... right at this moment that I'm aware of, subtract me from being able to do a show. So everything should be good to go this week. I'm not predicting any holdback. So we should be here every day, guys. Of course, if this is your first time to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to give that subscribe button a little bit of love as well as the notification bell, because we are here every day from 12 to 2 Central Daylight Time, Monday through Friday, and 5 to 7 on the weekends. Last night we were a little late, breaking down the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency markets every single day, guys. Of course, if you'd like to get personal mentorship, access to our trade signals and setups, Pathways to Profit educational course, and all of our educational content, as well as access to our proprietary indicators, the link is at the top of the screen. Get more close with how we trade, guys. Make sure to trade safely, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. day.